Hey, what's up guys? This is Gary coming back to you here from the Ramsey Custom Shop, and as you can see we got quite a bit of stuff going on here on Saturday. Working on gluing up some of these tongue and groove boards that I'm just ripping the edges off, and they're not going to be perfect glue ups. They're 3/4 of an inch thick, you know, and really too thin already to try to plane, and I want to keep them as thick as possible, and they don't need to be perfectly flat. So you end up with, you know, various gaps and so forth trying to glue up. These are all scrap end cuts that were just left over, and you can see there's a bunch of them. So the purpose of this video is just to give you guys a quick tip. And this is not my tip, and if you're a woodworker, you probably already know this, and you've probably done this a million times. But there's a lot of guys that watch this channel that are new, just starting out. There's a lot of guys that watch the channel that are welders and don't really do any woodworking. And the topic today is on gluing up and how to help with these uneven gaps that you end up with in different places. The commercial wood fillers that you buy to fill in a gap, they pretty much don't work, because what happens is when you use those, most of them get sort of brittle and hard, and they crack and split as the wood shrinks and contracts. So let me get the camera set up, and I'm about to glue these up right here. So I'm just gonna do a glue up, and then I'll show you this little thing here at the end. This is gonna be a really quick video, and again, if you're an expert woodworker, you know, go ahead and click off this video, because you're gonna be bored to death. Or if you're an expert woodworker and you want to chime in and leave a thought down below on how you would fill in these gaps. Again, going for a rustic look, not looking for a perfect glue up. We're not even planing these down after the fact. So here we go. All right, so we got the basic glue up done. You see the glue coming through the joints there. But you'll notice that on some of the cross cuts, they really don't fit up too well. I'm gonna tap it from the end to try to get those a little closer, but even with getting them closer, there's still gonna be a little gap there, because I don't think either the table saw or my cross cut saw, one of the two, something's not quite squared up about it. And these are just rough pieces. You can see that gap. So what you do on these, well, first of all, let me tap those ends and try to get those buttered up a little bit better, and then I'll show you what I want to show you. All right, I got you zoomed in tight on one here that I'm gonna focus on and show you this real quick. So you just take some wood glue and put a bead over it and just let it sit there for a couple of seconds. You know, maybe a minute or two. And while that's sitting there, I'm gonna do some of the others. And I've got the little dust collector on the saw that I used to cut some of this with, and it's got the sawdust from this exact wood with the different, you know, colors and so forth in it. So we're gonna grab some of it, and we're gonna just sprinkle it on top. Kind of push it down in there and work it in. And if you guys watch Matthias Wandel, really good YouTube channel, and I'll have a card on the screen to his channel if you happen to not watch him. But he's the guy I first saw do this, and I've seen some other guys do it as well, but he pretty much does it on all his builds. So you just want to work it in there, and you kind of make your own little paste, but it's made out of glue and the sawdust, so the glue is going to not shrink up and not crack on you. And you'll have a little bit of a seam, and you just keep working the dry dust into the wet glue, forcing it in there. A little bit of wet glue right there. And you see that pretty much disappeared. So now with a little bit of sanding, it'll be perfect. Nice smooth joint. Barely even notice the seam. All right, guys, hopefully this was helpful to somebody. Just a quick little tip of something I've learned. Again, I'm not the inventor of this. I'm not a guy that normally throws out tips, but it works so well, quick and easy on little jobs like this, that I thought I'd pass along. Take care, guys. See you.